If you've followed me for a while, you'll know that my background continues to change. Well, I am now in my new house, and this studio or office or extra small room to house all my crap, it's starting to come together, slowly but surely. One day I'll have a couch and some stuff on the wall, but today is not that day. Tonight, I wanted to venture just a little bit away from medicine, just briefly, but I still wanted to keep it educational. And now I have my all-knowing iPhone. It knows the same stuff that yours does. So let's jump into a random fact video. Charles Darwin's personal pet tortoise, Harriet, didn't die until recently. Apparently Harriet lived to be 176, dying in 2006. The average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red lights to turn green. It seems like a lot, but I get it. A bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. I kind of expected that to be more. President Lyndon B. Johnson owned what they're calling a water surfing car. Where I grew up, we called that a duck boat. Do you guys know where duck boats are from? Cherophobia. CHEROPHOBIA is the word for the irrational fear of being happy. And I hope none of you have that. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from 2 miles away. Well, blue whale's heart's about the size of a small car, so yeah. In 1992, that's not the right number. Nearly 30,000, not 3,000, 30,000 rubber ducks were lost at sea, and they are still being discovered today. There is a Manhattan-specific ant. It's called the Manhattan ant. The inventor of the Frisbee was turned into a Frisbee after he died. That's weird. But, teach their own. In the Netherlands, there is a bridge exclusively for squirrels. Why am I not surprised that's the Netherlands? This one is not going to shock many people. Subway footlongs aren't always a foot long. Duh. Marie Curie's notebooks are still radioactive, and I anticipate they will be for the next, couple thousand years. 1 in 3 divorce filings include the word Facebook. Thanks, Zuckerberg. Blood banks in Sweden notify donors when their blood is used. I don't know if I would want to know that. Instead of saying cheese before taking a picture, Victorians used to say prunes I thought when you said cheese, it made you practice smiling. The E in cheese make you smile. What does prunes do? Don't worry about it. Roosters. I'm not going to touch this one, but apparently roosters have built-in earplugs. Take that with what you will. The Netherlands is so safe, it actually imports criminals to fill its jails. The world's largest pyramid. Not in Egypt. It's in Mexico. Yes, you can smell rain. London cabbies have to memorize everything. Apparently they have to know 320 routes, 25,000 streets, and 20,000 landmarks and places of public interest. Apparently to become a London cabbie, it's a 4-year course. Dolphins actually have dolphin names. Apparently, Superman helped take down the KKK. Interesting. A wild dog is the most successful predator. Better than the lion or the cheetah and the wolf. The African wild dog. Apparently, their hunting success rate is 85%. Lions is about 18. Medicine bottle foil seals exist because of poison. In 1982, 7 people in Chicago died from Tylenol that was laced with cyanide. "48 current countries celebrate its Independence Day from the UK. Makes sense. Sears used to sell houses. I feel like Sears used to sell everything. There is an encrypted monument outside of the CIA. Apparently, Manhattan tap water is not kosher. Apparently, there are tiny crustaceans that live in the tap water in New York City. Apparently, they're not harmful, but they do disqualify it from being kosher. Timothy Leary broke out of prison. I don't know who he is. Cold water is just as cleansing as hot water. The Incan people, I-N-C-A-N, the Incan people used knots to keep records. I don't think that's unique to the Incans, but a U.S. park ranger, the last name of Sullivan, got hit by lightning 7 times between the 40s and 70s. The expiration dates on bottles of water are not for the water. It's actually for the bottles. That's right, because plastic will start leaking at some point. Queen Elizabeth wouldn't sit on the Iron Throne. A hiker found and returned an ancient wallet. Let's see how ancient this was. Apparently, in the early 2000s, somebody found a wallet from a plane crash in 1972. It was the wallet of one of the survivors. But I don't think that qualifies as ancient, even though it is a pretty cool story. The guy who lost the wallet eventually got it back. South Koreans are 4 centimeters taller than North Koreans. Animal shelters are slammed on July 5th. I imagine it's because of all the fireworks on July 4th. The most requested funeral song in England is by Monty Python. The world's most successful pirate is a Chinese woman. There may be treasure in Virginia. Apparently it's in Bedford County, Virginia. So if any of you are treasure hunters, get after it. Apparently, a sea lion once saved a man's life. A man jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco and broke his back. And a sea lion swam underneath him, waited for the Coast Guard to get there. Rich Russians hire fake ambulances as taxis. They're $200 an hour. Apparently, milk wagons are responsible for lines on the roads. Pandas will fake pregnancy to get better care. I mean, might as well, right? Businesses once didn't see the value of diaper stations. Apparently, Roald Dahl, guy who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and James and the Giant Peach, was a spy in World War II. NASCAR drivers can lose up to 10 pounds in sweat due to high temperatures in the car during races. I believe it. Victorians once used leeches to predict the weather. On average, Indians spend 10 hours a week reading, which is more than any other country in the world. The aurora borealis in the northern hemisphere has a sister phenomenon in the southern hemisphere. That's called the aurora australis. Your funny bone is actually a nerve. It's the ulnar nerve, ULNAR. Pineapples were named after pine cones. I guess I get it, but I think it's kind of a stretch. A California woman tried to sue the makers of Captain Crunch cereal after she learned that crunch berries were not real berries. She said that she felt tricked, but the judge sided with Captain Crunch saying that there is no such thing as a crunchberry. Do you know what Captain Crunch's full name is? Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. Do you know what his ship is called? The USS Guppy. Guppy. Apparently, Apple briefly had its own clothing and lifestyle company in 1986. The IKEA catalog is the most widely printed book in history. Can't believe it. Beat out the Bible. Three Musketeer bars had 3 flavors until wartime rations made it too difficult to access vanilla and strawberry flavoring. That makes a lot of sense. Crocodiles are one of the oldest living species, having survived for more than 200 million years. The saltiness you find in bacon is not natural. It actually comes from the curing and brining. It's still delicious, though. Research shows that all blue-eyed people may be related. Good thing I have brown eyes. There was a 5th beetle named Stuart Sutcliffe. The cracking sound of your joints is the sound of gas being released. It's nitrogen gas. Your bones can multiply in density up to 8 times. The largest snowflake on record was 15 inches wide. Yikes. This happened in 1877 in what is now Montana, but that was before Montana was a state. Scotland has more than 400 words for snow. In 1386, a pig was executed for murdering a child in France. Someone once tried to sell New Zealand on eBay, but was stopped once the bid reached $3,000. A Canadian woman who lost her wedding ring while gardening found it 13 years later, growing on a carrot. The city of Boring has a sister city called Dull. McDonald's once tried to sell bubblegum flavored broccoli to encourage kids to eat healthier. Well, that failed. In the 1990s, North Korean teachers were required to play the accordion, known as the people's instrument there. There is a punctuation mark name for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark. It's called an interrobang. That is now my favorite punctuation mark. Doritos are flammable and can be used as kindling. I think Fritos are actually better. Apparently in Switzerland, it is illegal to own only one guinea pig. It must be 0 or 2 or more. Of course, this one starts with Florida man. If you know, you know. In 2016, a Florida man was charged with assault after throwing a live alligator through a drive-thru window. Gotta love Florida. American Airlines saved $40,000 per year by removing one olive from the first class meals. Great Britain once had a cones hotline for people to report rogue traffic cones. Starbucks apparently flopped in Australia. The first written use of OMG was in a 1917 letter to Winston Churchill. There's a British admiral in the Royal Navy, but they don't give his name. Flamin' Hot Cheetos were invented by a janitor. The largest living organism is an aspen grove in Utah called Pando. P-A-N-D-O. Pando. Melting glaciers make a fizzy sound called Bergie Seltzer. Okay. Flipping a shark upside down renders it immobile for up to 15 minutes. I did not know that. Male students at Brigham Young University in Utah need special permission to grow a beard. When Coco the gorilla met Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, she took off his shoes, as she had seen him do when he was on his TV show. That's pretty cool. If you die alone in the Netherlands, someone will write you a poem and recite it at your funeral. That's nice. In the 16th century, poets exchanged rap battle-like stylized insults in an act called flyting. F-L-Y-T-I-N-G. Flyting. Astronaut Alan Shepard hit 2 golf balls on the moon's surface. 2 more than me. The chief translator of the European Parliament speaks 32 languages fluently. He's Greek. I don't know if that matters. Beauty and the Beast was originally written to help girls accept arranged marriages. The first roller coaster was invented at Coney Island as a way to distract people from sinful activities. The German word Kummerspeck, Kummerspek, Kummerspeck, means weight gained from emotional eating. Continental plates drift at about the same rate that fingernails grow. Hitler's nephew wrote an essay defaming the dictator, and then moved to the United States and served in the Navy to fight his uncle. Apparently his name is William Patrick Hitler, born in Liverpool to a British mother and a German father, who was the half-brother of Adolf Hitler. David Bowie helped topple the Berlin Wall. And my last fact of the night, probably the least surprising. Brunch was originally invented to cure hangovers. Surprise, surprise. Of course it was. If you got all the way through, let me know. And if this wakes you up, go back to sleep. Because I'm tired. And I hope you are too.